Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So this video is talking about California's high-speed rail. This is the beginning of a series here on the channel because I want to talk a lot about high-speed rail. This is something that I'm really fascinated about. I think has some serious potential for the next couple decades, especially here in the United States, because we've seen a lot of success in high-speed rail in Asia and in Europe, and I think high-speed rail has a lot of potential here in the States. So, California high-speed rail. So this is part 2 of the series. Part 1 talked about a high-speed rail from Seattle through Portland into Sacramento and NorCal along the I-5 expressway and interstate. So, ultimately, have a high-speed rail through here at Cascadia. You can even go up to Vancouver if you really want to. Vancouver to Seattle, down to Portland, and into Sacramento, and then that could tie into California's high-speed rail network when it comes online at some point in the near term. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost. New cost estimate says $100 billion in the red. That is a lot of money, a lot of money. But they had to build so much infrastructure to different viaducts and whatnot. So let's look at the route. So San Francisco down to Bakersfield and then down to Anaheim. So this is the blue looks like the first route or first part, and the yellow looks like the second part. So yellow will go up to Sacramento. The second yellow part will go down to San Diego. So you're basically having a high-speed rail trying to connect people from Northern California down to Southern California, trying to reduce traffic, trying to reduce potential airplane flights. Because I've flown San Francisco to LA before, and to be honest, that's, you could definitely, if there was an alternative, especially by rail, then that would have been ideal, because the drive from San Francisco down to LA is not the greatest. So ultimately, if you have Sacramento down to San Diego, LA to San Francisco, and then could tie in to a larger Cascadia high-speed rail, especially from Vancouver, Seattle down to Sacramento, you would then have very large Pacific high-speed rail network from San Diego up to Seattle, up to Vancouver if you really want to. So that's the route. A little bit of background. So it was a ballot measure in 2008, November 2008 elections. So that was when Obama was elected as president. Proposition 1A was approved with the voters, giving it a mandate. So part of the reason, again, why it's really expensive, you have different viaducts, different land acquisition costs. Part of the reason why it's getting so expensive in cost is you have to build so much new infrastructure. I mean, if you look at just this picture alone, you build this new existing viaduct. There's already a train that's used for freight. Why not just expand the road by lane and use that lane that you just built as the high-speed rail? It would have reduced the whole cost of building that viaduct. It would have expanded the road by a little bit, and then could have added high-speed rail as a lane, in the median. That would have been easier. Obviously, they might have thought about it, but it would have saved the cost of land acquisition and would have saved the cost of that entire viaduct right there. The existing infrastructure is already there with the road. I don't know. Maybe that's too simplistic of thinking. I don't know. So, phase 1 is about 520 miles, and the overall complete system is about 800 miles. So hopefully it's looking like the California high-speed rail will be online at some point in the early 2030s, but you never know if that's actually going to happen because they've gone over budget, gone over deadlines before. So 2030s looking like the blue part of the corridor from San Francisco down to LA will be relatively complete by that point, and then they can start getting to work on part 2, the yellow from LA to San Diego. You got Merced up to Sacramento. So once this completes, and it looks like it will in the early 2030s, and then if you construct Cascadia high-speed rail Seattle to Sacramento, you can then have one long Pacific high-speed rail that would connect San Diego, LA, San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, Portland, Seattle, and even up to Vancouver. So that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. This is part 2 of the series we're going to start here. Ultimately, there will be more videos that I make. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.